So here we have Biden talking about, are we going to actually defend Taiwan?
Very quickly, you didn't want to get involved in the Ukraine conflict militarily for obvious reasons. Are you willing to?
Now, this is very subtle, this positive movement. And positive movement does not necessarily an up and down movement with the head. It's the head submitting to whatever is on the other side that he's communicating with. In this particular instance, it is the reporter. And as she says, for obvious reasons, you see the submission down, but it's slight and subtle. And to help you if you are trying to get good at this kind of thing, because these things are hard to see, and when you're looking at everything else, you'll miss it, is to start waiting for particular words to come out. I'm listening to her, and I know that I'm either looking for a negative movement or a positive movement. So I'm waiting for the words that will elicit that response. In this instance, it's a couple for obvious reasons. He responds, submission down. Yes, I submit to what you say. That's positive. It's reinforced. Negative would be no movement in the head and neck, nothing, or an avoidance of the issue in some way, shape, or form. Whereas the positive, you would see a submission in the head and a down movement, not necessarily going right back up. Even the eyes will submit, and it doesn't necessarily have to move the head. A blink, a slow blink will submit to the individual. That's a positive movement. They're subtle and they're hard to see. So hopefully you've seen it. As I have explained what to look for. For him, it's just a subtle, minute downward on those words, because what comes next is important.
To get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are.
That's the commitment we made.
So here she asks about Taiwan. And we don't see any subtleties. We don't see the eyes. We don't see the neck. We don't see anything. The movement that we do see is a really deep breath that moves the entire body. But the neck and the head, everything else, straight. Until he sits there, and at the end, it's kind of like a period, as because he turns away from her. So the yes isn't necessarily to, oh yes, the inner thoughts, that part of the brain that we're looking for to give us the actual truth of what's coming out of these people's mouths is not telling us yes. His yes is just to shut her down, give her a response, and then quickly get away by moving away and turning to someone else. So we see nothing, no positive, not even a negative, which is in itself a negative, and then a yes in the head movement and the mouth to get away and move on. Taiwan, you're screwed. If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.